Moms, when did your son's girlfriend finally show her true colors? 3 years ago, I lost my only son, Devin. He passed away pulling 2 children out of an apartment fire, ran back in for a third, and never came out. The fire department later told me he suffocated trying to shield that child with his own body. He was 24, and he was everything. Devin worked as a mechanic, had a soft spot for stray animals, and always carried around a dented lunchbox I bought him in middle school. Even as a grown man, said it reminded him of home. He was careful with money, generous with time, and bad at saying no to people who didn't deserve his kindness. One of those people was Angelica, his girlfriend at the time, or something like that. I never understood what they were. Off and on, mostly off when things got serious. She was the kind of girl who showed up when he had cash and disappeared when he needed support. Borrowed his car and brought it back on empty. Took his card to get groceries and came back with new boots. She cried whenever he called her out. He forgave her every time. After Devin passed, I was in a fog for months. There were days I didn't remember eating, but I remembered everything he told me about his things. This wrench goes to Jacob from the shop. My PS4, give it to Mikey. His broke last year. The signed jacket stays with you, Mom. You were always my biggest fan. He never mentioned Angelica, not once. Then one day I heard a knock. I opened the door, and there she was, Angelica. Hair curled like she was going to a party. Makeup flawless. Designer purse I'd never seen before. And the fakest tears I'd ever witnessed. Mrs. Johnson, she said, voice dripping with rehearsed grief. I'm finally ready to collect the things Devin left me. I stood there, frozen. What things? She pushed past me into my living room, sat on Devin's favorite chair like she owned it, started listing items like she was reading a grocery list. His Xbox, his signed firefighter jacket, the tools he'd collected, even mentioned the small savings account I'd helped him set up. We were practically engaged, she said. He told me if anything ever happened to him, he'd make sure I was taken care of. When did he say that? I asked. She paused, touched her hair. I don't remember exactly, but he did, multiple times. That's when something inside me snapped, but not in the way she expected. Wait here, I said. I went to my closet. In the back, I had a box of things Angelica had left behind over the years. Things Devin had collected after cleaning out his car, his room, a cracked hair straightener, a hoodie with burn holes from when she tried to iron decals onto it, receipts for gas she never paid him back for he'd kept them all, probably hoping she'd eventually pay, a broken pair of knockoff sunglasses, 3 empty bottles of expensive shampoo and conditioner, all labeled with Angelica's name. I even found a birthday card she'd given him once. Inside, she'd written, "Thanks for the money, buy me something nice next time." I put everything in a beat-up cardboard box. The next day, I called her, told her to come by and collect what was hers. She showed up within an hour, practically ran to my door, had her car trunk already open, ready to load up. I handed her the box. "Here's what you left behind. Everything Devin kept that was yours. Seems fitting that it's what you leave with." She ripped open the box. Her face went from excited to confused to furious in about 3 seconds. "Is this some kind of sick joke?" "No," I said. "But your relationship with him might have been." She called me every name in the book, said I was a bitter old woman, that Devin would be ashamed of me, that she'd get a lawyer. I shut the door in her face. That evening, I went to Devin's room, sat on his bed with that old lunchbox. I'd been through it 100 times, but something made me check the inside pocket again. There was a letter, sealed, addressed to me. My hands shook as I opened it. "Mom, if anything ever happens, don't let people pick me apart. You know who mattered. You always will. P.S. If Angelica shows up wanting my stuff, give her exactly what she gave me. Nothing." I laughed, then I cried, then I laughed again. My boy saw her coming all along.